Triangle of Sadness is a vivid satire, black comedy, and sarcasm on the theme of the rich. This trope is getting a lot of attention in 2021-2023. Films and series like You, Season 4, White Lotus, Menu, etc. bring us the theme of the irritating rich making the world around them only worse. But while in many works this theme must still be found among the many leitmotifs, Triangle of Sadness puts it at the head of the table, so to speak, or the head of the triangle. In this video I want to emphasize the points that you may not have noticed and that are important for the storytelling of the film. Careful, there are spoilers, but it's impossible to go on without them. Let's start with the title and the poster. Triangle of Sadness, together with the photo of the ship, hints us that it will be about tragic events during the cruise, and they will probably be related to the Bermuda Triangle. In fact, there will be no tragedy related to the natural phenomenon, only to the stupidity of the participants. In the first scene, we see an annoying reporter dividing brands into fun and drugged and making male models smile according to the advertised brand. This draws attention to the problem that men in the fashion industry are paid less than women, but at the same time it can deceive the viewer. Those who are not interested in the world of fashion may turn off the film without waiting for the most interesting part. And it comes right away. The scene where young models Carl and Yaya argue over who should pay for the dinner. And the conflict itself means that, of course, both of them are poor. Even though they discuss that Yaya earns more, there is still no money for either of them. But as opinion leaders, they have a great opportunity to enjoy barter benefits and pleasures. So they get on a yacht full of rich old men and their wives and mistresses, sometimes both at the same time. And this is where the bad rich theme comes into play. The most striking examples are, of course, Vera, who complained in the pool that the staff were not allowed to swim and forced everyone to jump in the pool, setting off a chain of tragic events. The crew left the food in the cooking process for half an hour, during which time it spoiled, leading to poisoning all of the guests and the stopping of the yacht, making it easy prey for pirates. Another example, a lady complaining to the drunk captain about the sails, saying they're dirty, and she doesn't hear the reply that the yacht is a motor yacht. She's so used to being dissatisfied that she does not even think about whether there is something that really bothers her. The old man who tells everyone how he sells shit seems very metaphorical to us at first, but then it turns out that he really does deal in fertilizer, and ironically he is the only one who remains the most stable when all the passengers are sent to their cabins with poisoning and diarrhea, sometimes simultaneously. It's like you're being rocked along with the characters, because it is shot this way. But the most important on the ship is old couple selling ammunition. They look like real goddamn aliens and see nothing wrong with making such products. And when a grenade falls on board, the old woman, the owner of the product, doesn't even realize that the grenade check has been turned off. She doesn't even wonder what the grenade is doing here. She's only amused that it seems to be one of ours. The sinking of the boat is epic, no tears and cries from Titanic, and of course it is clear that if it hadn't been for the whole mess at the captain's dinner, many more people would have been saved. So, what about our Carl and Yaya? There is just a bunch of people who got off the boat and are now sitting on a deserted island in shock. Why did they manage to get out? Because they're fighters, because they're used to earning their living and taking their place, not spending all their life in luxury. And here is where the most interesting thing starts. The world is rebuilt, and the most valuable skills here are not the ability to earn money for Rolexes, but the ability to build a fire and catch dinner. Abigail, a survived cleaning lady who quickly takes over and becomes the queen or the captain, has all these skills. She builds her matriarchy. leading us to the film's next main idea. Even poor people with power will abuse. She takes Rolexes and literally orders Carl to follow her to her bed. And that's why perhaps Abigail is from the Philippines, where sex tourism is very developed and common. And if the situation was the opposite, a rich wife businessman would definitely take a young, beautiful Filipino girl under his wing. Here, incidentally, the triangle reappears. This time a love triangle between Abigail, Carl, and Yaya. Open ending leaves room for fantasy. Yaya and Abigail discover the elevator and realize that they are not on a deserted island, but on a luxury resort. Although, in general, they could have guessed earlier if Abigail kills Yaya and thus preserves her matriarchy, still a whitewash. And sooner or later, the other Robinsons will discover the truth or be discovered. The director, by the way, says that Abigail did set this town in motion on the right trajectory, and Yaya won't take her on as an assistant. After all, her suggestion is also the epitome of the same either-rich trope all over again. After all, gender roles and class division are inevitable companions of our society, and they will reappear in it, even if we erase everything and start from the scratch. The only question is who will rule this new world. That's pretty much the main thing the authors of Triangle of Sadness wanted to tell us. Did you like the film and did you get the message? Write in the comments.